Sun Salutation A. Surya AB. Chair pose. Exhalation. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, let's move into our practice. We're going to start with hands up, swan dive, exhale, forward fold down, inhale to flat back, exhale, hands down, feet back, chaturanga, vinyasa. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Press actively the foot towards the rear wall. Your next inhale, lift your head, foot higher, heel. Bring it through. Ground down. Find your center. So foot is down and active. Your back foot is, your toes are firmly grounded into the earth while your heel is pointed towards the roof. On your next inhalation, tuck your tail, loop your shoulders back, find length in your spine, activate your core, and float up into Namaste arms. Take your right hand to your thigh, your left hand goes high on your inhalation, finding space, growing long. On your exhalation, bring your left elbow outside your right thigh and twist towards the window. Find Namaste prayer balance and a twist for a few breaths. When you're done, come back to center, frame your foot. On your next inhalation, kick that leg back into Akapada, three-legged dog. For one breath, on your exhalation, bring it forward for pigeon. So swing your right foot to your left hand and your knee underneath your right hand. Ground down your foot that's behind you, pressing down. The toes are tucked and it is a straight line coming from your hip. It's not to the side, it's not interior, it's just a nice firm straight extension of you. On your inhalation, loop your shoulders down and back. Activate your core, grow tall in your spine. As you exhale, fold forward. Maybe come down to forearms, come down to a block, come down to a pillow. come down and feel the stretch through the outer thigh, outer hip, into your glutes. It's very active as your shoulders are pulling away from your ears. You have a slight tuck in your chin. Your top of your head is growing long towards the front of the room. Okay, to come out, let's activate your pelvic triangle. Squeeze your belly to your spine. On your inhalation, begin to frame your body. Untuck your toes, and on your inhalation, lift your leg, lift your knee. Bring your right leg back to three-legged dog acapata and meet in downward dog. Let's go to the other side. Starting with three-legged dog. Heel is actively pressing towards the back of the room. Lift a little higher on your exhalation. Bring it through to a runner's lunge. Grounding down into that position. Loop your shoulders. Come up into an active core with namaste arms in the front. Your inhalation, ground down as you press up, finding space. Twist your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Deepen the twist. Grounding down, long spine. Very active position. Take a modification. Allow your hands to separate. You're growing tall and buoyant towards the top of your body and firm and centered through the lower half. To exit, come back to neutral, looking in front of you. Frame your feet with a very active pelvic floor and belly to spine. Kick back your left leg into three-legged dog acapata. Take a breath here. Lift it higher. On your next exhalation, bring it forward. Swing your left foot out towards your right hand. Your shin is now parallel to the front of the mat. You're looping down your shoulders, very tall in your spine. Your tailbone is tucked, pressing down, and come forward. Rest your hands, rest your head on your hands. And let's take a couple deep breaths here. Okay, let's frame your hands to come out. We're going to, on your next inhalation, with the firm core, belly is firm to your spine, tail is tucked. Kick that foot back into acapata, meet in downward dog. Let's come forward for a chaturanga vinyasa. And let's come down to tabletop. Tabletop is knees under your hips, hands, wrists under your shoulders, long spine. And what were we gonna do in tabletop? Meet back in child's pose. Come through tabletop on your way to child's pose. Okay, come to your side. We're gonna meet in a seated position. Let's do wide bound angle. So your flesh moves from underneath your sit bones and you grow tall in your body, and your feet are coming together with all four corners of your feet pressing together to start. But if you want a different type of sensation, you can allow your feet to be stretched out, and that will work out a different part of your hips and your legs. I'm going to go toe to toe. Hands positions can be on your thighs, on your knees, on the ground, on a block. The most important thing is that you want to grow tall on your spine. So on your inhalation, bring your hands up. Allow your shoulders to move away from your ears. Growing really tall on your spine. And instead of bending over and dumping and bending too much, you're actually going to stay very, very long with the flat back and slowly hinge forward with control. Think of your top of your forehead moving towards your toes. You have a slight tuck in your chin, and slowly come down, very slow. You can move your forearms to your shins for more traction, keeping your shoulders down and back. With the length in your spine, the crown of your head is pulling towards the front of the room. You're going to slowly, slowly find this stretch. To exit, activate your pelvic floor on your next exhale and pull your belly into your spine. As you inhale, slowly walk your hands up halfway. Pull your shoulders down and back, and on your next full breath, meet in your normal position. Take your hands behind your back. It will feel good to do a little hammock sway. So separate your feet on either side of your mat, and as you allow your knees to roll to one side of the room, your gaze will go to the other. We'll just do a couple slow movements here with a little sway to the left, sway to the right. You lower down to your forearms. Come down. I'm not sure what to do next. Oh my God, that homework is so hard.